St. Charles story begins as it should, humbly, on a modest 3-acre lot in an oak grove on the top of a small hill in Heartland. Our original parishioners sacrificed a great deal to build that first quaint church with 21 pews and room for 150. Nearly all of the construction was done entirely by volunteers, and most of the materials were donated, including the church bell, which was given to St. Charles by the Murphy family. Placed high in a beautiful bell tower, it rang for the first time when our church opened in 1908. Blessed with tremendous growth, St. Charles Church moved to our current site in 1957. Our little church on the hill was eventually razed. The steeple cross and bell were removed from the once venerable tower and resited on our current grounds. At present, with over 7,000 parishioners and continued growth expected in the coming decades, our aging church in its current configuration is inadequate to meet the needs of this vibrant and flourishing parish community. Our exemplary parish school and religious education programs are thriving. School enrollment has nearly doubled in just the last 7 years. Together we educate and evangelize nearly 1,000 parish children every year. Every possible usable space on this campus is being utilized, but unfortunately, it is not enough. Overflow at weekly masses is becoming increasingly frequent. Sadly, our school has begun turning families away. New ministries and staff are needed to meet the needs of our parishioners, but there is no additional space or meeting space to accommodate them. Mechanical systems are aging, and our restrooms are insufficient and lack handicapped accessibility. After careful study and planning over the past 2 years, and with enthusiastic support of our parishioners, we are now embarking on a capital campaign to address the physical needs of our parish. Every member of our Catholic faith community will benefit through this project. The proposed expansion and renovation will provide a worship space with a traditional appearance and a seating capacity befitting our current and future needs. Creation of a dedicated Eucharistic adoration chapel to be open 24 hours, 7 days a week. A steeple to house the original St. Charles Church bell and to offer a visible statement of our presence to the larger community. Additional classrooms and workrooms for our school and religious education programs, and much more. The estimated cost for construction is approximately $12 million, with a minimum goal of $7.5 million. While the financial goals of this project are challenging, they are attainable. The success of what we are calling the Cornerstone project will need the support from everyone in our community. Our need will be met and exceeded if each parishioner practices stewardship by proportionately sharing what God has given them. All parishioners will be approached in a personal way throughout the campaign. Although the face of St. Charles Church has changed many times over the years, one thing has remained constant: our desire as Christians to meet Christ, know Christ, love Christ, and serve Christ. Or, put simply, as my mother would say at St. Charles, the others always come first. Our story is rich in tradition and history. Time and again, our parishioners have answered the call to serve Christ in this community with shared sacrifice. Thanks to their generosity, our future is bright, our mission is clear, and our vision can be bold and enduring. Our cross belongs on a steeple, and our church bell belongs in a belfry. When we began this journey 7 years ago, our first step was to put the tabernacle and the crucifix, Christ, back in our sanctuary. Now together, let's come full circle. Let's put the needs of everyone else first, and together we can put our cross back on the steeple and our church bell back in a bell tower for all to see and hear and instantly know that here on this site is the Catholic community of Heartland.